While looking for great laptops that are also thin and light, we usually tend to go towards the Apple side of laptops. But today we have an offering from Asus, which is trying to vie for the same space, the same ultra portable thin and light laptop, which is yet powerful enough for creators. Hey, what is up guys, AJ here with EOTO Tech, and let's check out what Asus has to offer in the same space with the Asus ZenBook 3. Let's get started. This is our first laptop review, so do let me know how I can improve in these videos as we move on with time. I've been a person who's always used really thin and light laptops. So when I got the ZenBook 3, the first thing I noticed when I opened the bag was not that there was a laptop, but there was a sleeve, and that sleeve was so thin that I was already surprised by how thin this laptop was going to be. And when I found the laptop itself, I was still amazed. It's really surprising how much of technology they could fit in so much thickness. There's also a nice gold accent trim that goes around the display, which makes it look a lot more premium. There's no screen wobble and the chassis flex was barely present. No complaints whatsoever. You can almost open this with just one hand. Opening up, the display also doesn't disappoint. It's a full HD panel spread across 13 inches, gets adequately bright and has very high contrast and color accuracy. Viewing angles were close to perfect. They did a good job with shrinking the bezels too. Enough to look pleasing, but not so much that the webcam would need to move to an awkward position. That webcam is a simple 480p shooter, nothing exciting. To check the performance of this laptop, I thought of editing this entire review on this laptop itself, but there was a problem. And if you didn't already notice, this laptop has this one port. There is only one USB Type-C connector here, and it's not even a Thunderbolt port. As much as I love USB Type-C on all my devices, this laptop really hindered my experience. Because I thought this would be fine, but when I started using it, I realized that my mouse was USB, my keyboard was USB, my hard drive was USB, my card reader was USB, my gaming controller was USB, and all of those were full-size USB Type A's, which itself probably is thicker than this entire laptop. So unless you get a dock, there's a very big learning curve needed in how you can use this laptop. On the inside, our model was the top of the line model, which has a Core i7, 8GB of RAM, and an Intel HD graphic card. Along with that, you get a 512GB SSD, which was really fast. The boot time itself was pretty fast as well. It goes from sleep to working in less than 10 seconds. And also, there's a fingerprint scanner, which paired with Windows Hello lets you get inside your laptop really fast. I was surprised to know that this thin laptop also has a fan inside, which was really quiet in most situations and did help in cooling the laptop. Though in intensive tasks like gaming, one half of the laptop did get hot. The part where the fan wasn't there, that part got really warm to the touch. And that warmth gets amplified further because of the entire metal build that this laptop has. The keyboard was a strong point for me. As I used this to script this entire review along with finishing some college work, my inference was that while the key travel was a little short, the key size was perfect. My typing speeds increased greatly. And if I were to nitpick, then the power button is a part of the standard keyboard layout and not somewhere above the buttons, which means you could hit it while trying to reach for the delete key. If you plan on using this in the dark, there's also 3-stage keyboard backlighting. The trackpad has a glass surface, which gives a really smooth feel to the entire laptop, and it was really fun gliding my finger across this, and when I moved to my other laptop, that felt really primitive coming from such a premium feeling. Most thin laptops need to cut corners in some place, and usually that comes at the cost of having great speakers. Well, Asus gave this laptop Harman-Kardon branded speakers, and there are 4 speakers on this laptop, 2 under the display and 2 under the keyboard, which gives a very good stereo experience, and it gets really loud, sometimes crosses 80 decibels as well. Though at the top volume, the quality does take a hit. Now let's talk about the performance. The performance was actually really good, not something that I expected from something so petite. I could kind of edit videos on this, but when I tried gaming on this, it was a mess. I tried a really old game called Garage Simulator, which is a 2014 game. It's not even a heavy game. And this laptop started getting slow at just high settings. I would get frame rate of maybe 15 to 20 FPS. which is really bad considering how weak that game was. But maybe this is what happens when you have a dual-core i7 without integrated graphic cards. But anyway, if you're just a Counter-Strike person, I don't see this laptop posing any issues to you. Though gaming will obviously take a hit on your battery life and also the heating problem that I mentioned earlier. There's a 45 watt-hour battery in this notebook, which gave me around 7 to 8 hours of light usage, like presentations, Chrome, typing, and YouTube. Start something heavier like video editing or gaming, and it goes down to 2 to 3 hours, along with byproducts like heat and throttling. Though the included charger was really fast. Charges up to 50% in around 40 minutes, and in full in about 2 hours. And if you're a curious cat like me, no, you can't charge your laptop using a Type-C phone charger, and I was so scared to put the laptop charger into my phone, so don't ask about that. So where does that leave us with the Asus ZenBook 3? Well, if you didn't already guess, this isn't a cheap device by any means. But if portability is very high on your priorities, along with having decent battery life, good display, and something that keeps you going, and you're not a heavy content creator, then the Asus ZenBook 3 could really suffice. The only downsides I see apart from the price would be that the performance isn't the most powerful, and the battery life could be better. I mean, the battery life can always be better. When considering how much of an engineering marvel this is, well, maybe this is a little ahead of its time, or maybe we aren't yet ready for something so thin and light. But I see this being useful to a lot of professionals and students who don't need a really demanding laptop but need something that keeps going and doesn't slow them down. It's a really funny feeling when you have to open your bag to check if you're actually carrying a laptop when someone asks for it. Having said all of that, this is what we had to say about the Asus ZenBook 3. What do you think? Do you think this is a good laptop for you? Make sure to leave your opinions in the comments below. Having said that, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. While you are there, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you do not miss any of our future coverage. Until next time, this is AJ signing off. Thanks for watching.